Hello and welcome to Let's Play Mega Man 3 Part 4. Okay, this time we're going to knock out Snake Man and the first revisit. Yeah, I usually end up saving Snake Man for last, because let's be honest, Search Snake is one of the least useful weapons in the game. This whole area I'm using Shadow Blade here, obviously, but you can actually do okay with, this is a good place to use Magnet Missile. Especially like these guys, you can take them all out really pretty quickly. This is one of the other reasons I like doing this one last, is because you actually have Hard Knuckle, which kills those guys in 2 hits, so it's kinda nice. Yeah, the snakeheads take 2 hits to kill with just the Mega Buster, so they're really pretty easy. You can kill them with just about any weapon. Which the little pogo stick guys, or pole vaulters, or whatever you want to call them, they actually will die to topspin quite easily. The only problem with that is that if you hit the pole, you'll destroy that instead of them. Not to mention, by just sticking with Shadow Blade, you can take all these guys out a little easier. Usually I don't even bother killing that guy, because, I mean, he respawns as soon as you come up here. Yay, tank. Yeah, I'm really tempted to start, like, humming along with the music, but unfortunately then, if I have to make sure that it syncs up right with the video when I edit this in, and that's kind of a pain, so. Yeah, there's really not much to say about this place. It's pretty easy. That jump's kind of obnoxious. I've fallen in many a time. Yeah, I do like the music for this place. It's not the best in the game, but it's kind of catchy. Yeah, I love the little bug here. You'll see more of it later, but basically if you jump at the very top of the screen with Rush Jet, it'll actually consider you being at the bottom of the screen instead, which is what's causing the floating platforms to appear when they really shouldn't. Yeah, Snake Man's probably the hardest part of the level, but even then, I mean, he hits pretty hard, but that's about it. Okay, and that actually wraps up the original 8 Robot Masters. That's kinda nice, so. Those familiar with the game know that we now move on to the 4 Revisited stage, which I've heard people call the bosses all sorts of things, so I'm just gonna stick with the Revisit. This is really awkward in the Anniversary Collection because it starts breaking one of the level selects and then starts auto-saving. It looks really weird. Yeah, I'm just doing these in order, so like upper left, upper right, lower left, lower right. Yeah, you definitely want to have Shadow Blade ready for this ladder here. The revisits are actually the hardest levels in the game by a good margin. This one, it's one of those, if you don't know the timing for the jumps, or not even the timing, just the placement for the jumps, it can end pretty badly pretty quickly. Yeah, this is just very basic platforming. Okay, this guy up here is quite probably the easiest of the Mega Man 2 bosses for this one. Which, I mean, he was in Mega Man 2, but without the conveyor belt, Metal Man is just, well, a pushover. He does eat half your magnet missile energy, which is kind of bad. Okay, this drop here, you do not, under any circumstances, want to hit the sides of the walls. I mean, besides just dying, because it actually makes you start the level over completely, and you actually have to refight Metal Man. Okay, you can see I'm using a bug in the game here to get through. It's the same one I used with the bees earlier in Hardman stage. Basically, you let them just barely go off screen, and then you, well, go forward, and they disappear, because otherwise you have to wait for them, and you'll probably take some damage, and just not worth the hassle. Okay, we're starting to come up towards the end of the level here. Fortunately, these things here you can just slide off of. That's kind of nice. Yeah, unfortunately, this guy, Quickman, is my least favorite boss in the game. You can use either Search Snake, which is what I'm doing, which is kind of hard to hit him with, or you can use Gemini Laser, which is also kind of easy to hit him with, but it causes so much slowdown, it makes him much harder. If you're fighting this guy, you really want to actually intentionally get hit by the quick boomerangs, only because if you get hit by his body itself, you take way too much damage. Whereas if you get hit by just the quick boomerangs, you take a little bit of damage. Well, anyways, this is the end of part 4, and I'll see you later.